Well, I was introduced to Secret Garden by my girlfriend at the time, who is now my wife, and she asked me several times if I wanted to come, and I was in some resistance because I felt I had life pretty sorted out and I had my own processing, and she eventually dared me to come, which is a challenge I couldn't resist, and I had my first introduction about 5 years ago. Since then, I have done 2 joyful, loving, complete. And why am I drawn back? It's a pursuit of truth, your own truth, explored in a safely held space where you can expand and explore on the intricacies of life and the ordinariness of life, and how magnificent that is. You know, it's absolutely spellbinding once you get involved in this to feel and see the changes that come about in your relating to self and your other. In my case, it's my wife and people around me.
You said that you didn't feel that you needed it, so it was quite a surprise. This whole thing of looking into life was not something you'd done, was it?
I'd not visited this sort of work ever.
Mm.
You know, I had a healthy interest in lots of things, but to explore in this way, I'd never been in a circle of people who really would have done that. So I was introduced to this and went in with a completely open mind, and I've seen for myself the benefits of doing this kind of work, and how stuckness in your life can change, can be moved,
Mm-hmm.
can be explored, how things can be aired in a safe way, everyday relating. You know, in your relationship, things crop up for you, and you see it time and time again where you get stuck, and it leads to turmoil, it leads to
Mm-hmm.
separation sometimes, or non-relating, and I found that by exploring and sharing with others, this can dissolve. It really can. Well, I've got a construction engineering background. I guess you'd look at that as quite a blokey bloke. You know, I've worked in a male environment most of my life. So I wouldn't normally have access to this sort of work, and certainly my peer group would not would not be doing this kind of work as a rule.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just shows you the benefits are there for everybody. It doesn't matter what your background is. I'm certainly more accepting of myself. Do you know what? I've surrendered to the feminine far more than I ever thought I would do in my life. And I've done that through choice. You know, I'm speaking from a powerful position. I'm speaking from my power as a man, because I've chosen to allow the feminine into my life and to adore that. A total professional approach, a non-judgmental, open, loving, as I say, very professional person who has been doing this work for an awful long time. I think in order to get the most out of any course you do, you need to trust the facilitator, and I totally trust Joy in this sort of work, for her to hold the space safely for everybody involved. An awful amount of respect for Joy.